I think the aha is that no matter how great I think I could have built and prepared the company, there was always going to come that point where we got feedback that told me we were going to have to make some improvements or changes. And that big aha was, okay, this is going to be a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. A lot of that early feedback was great, but that was really just the starting point. It meant growing a lot faster and bringing on a lot more resources than I really wanted to early on. And that aha was, okay, this is going to be a little bit more challenging than you thought it was going to be. No amount of planning could have prepared me for that. I'm a firm believer that being an entrepreneur and running a company, that inherently brings really high highs and low lows. And early on, I used to find myself in the depths of those lows and then, racing through the highs. I've learned to kind of balance it out a little bit. I mean, I have learned to really celebrate the wins, even if they're small, because I know there's always going to be challenges, but then to make sure that I'm not losing myself in it. I found myself there for a while, like most entrepreneurs, working so hard that I wasn't taking care of myself. And I recognize that if I'm going to be the best me that I can be and really lead my company, I've got to make sure I balance that and make sure to balance all the emotional roller coaster that comes with running a business. I really have to speak about that more from just my own personal experience. Being a woman, Black entrepreneur, a couple of things really struck me early on. I didn't grow up with the kind of mentors who were in this industry that I was in. I really had to seek out mentorship as much as I could, and it wasn't readily available, to be honest with you. I also found that funding was an extremely big challenge, especially as I talked about this business that was going to serve this niche need in the beauty industry. Unless I found investors who could fundamentally understand what that underserved issue was, it was really hard to convince them that there was value in this. A fund like Elevate really helps on both of those accounts. I feel like Nitin and the team have been extremely instrumental in that mentoring role. And sometimes it's as simple as Nitin walking in and just asking me how things are going and having the opportunity to talk through things. And sometimes it's as simple as him saying, it's all going to work out. But then from the funding side, there are always pivotal moments. And I had a very pivotal moment in my business where there was just one hurdle that I needed to get over. And while I had been fairly successful at doing a lot of self-funding, there are certain things that you just reach those points where you can't. And for me, Elevate came in that moment. And it was extremely critical to get us from where we were to where we are now. And so I just see tremendous value in a fund like Elevate and the mentorship from Elevate and helping me work my way through all those challenges. I think my experience was a little unique. I actually got to see the Elevate Fund before they became the Elevate Fund. I got to know Nitin and his team as they were initially putting together the fund. I got to see the passion behind them and what they were planning to do. And then when the fund really came to be and I got a chance to see some of those early businesses that they invested in and the amount of care and attention that they played, I saw it as a really natural opportunity. I really just thought they'd have my best interests in mind and that I'd have a good partnership. I've often believed that not all investments are great investments, but investments with and by people who you feel like really care about not just your venture, but you and want to partner with you so that you both succeed, I think is critical. And I can't speak highly enough of what great partners they've been. My lasting piece of advice would be most definitely to be true to your mission and your vision. There are going to be a lot of people who come along the way, those that may be helpful and those that may not be helpful at all. But if you're always clear about where you're going and where you're heading, you'll meet the people, you'll find the resources, you'll make it happen. And then a piece of advice that was given to me by someone very prominent in the beauty industry was don't stop. It may be hard, it may be challenging, but if you've got that clear mission, vision, and you definitely have proven your concept, you owe it to yourself to keep pushing on, keep striving.